So I have several videos of how to do these simple one-step problems. Okay? That is honestly all that you need to solve any of these lengthier problems. I promise you that. Okay? The biggest thing that you need to know is that you need to know how to figure out where you start and where you end. So I'm going to go through a couple examples of how you start, how you end, and go from there. Okay? So let's just give you an example problem. In this problem, we know that we start with 3.4 grams of oxygen. Okay? That's what your known is in the problem. Your unknown in this problem, let's say we need to figure out how many molecules of H2O. Let's go through the steps. Okay? You're going grams of one thing, we'll call it A, to molecules of another thing, we'll call it B. Doesn't matter which one's A, doesn't matter which one's B, it works out the same. Okay? So what you do is you do several one-step problems. You start from grams of oxygen, so grams of A, that's where you're starting. And where do you have to go? You're trying to get here. But you can't do it in one step. You have to do it in several single steps. Okay? So grams of A to moles of A, how do you get from grams of A to moles of A? I have a video for that. Go from grams to moles. Now you're at moles of A. Okay? Once again, you want to end here. So you do one more step, you're going to moles of B. So you're going from moles of A to moles of B. Once again, I have a video to show how to go from moles to moles. Okay? That's using the mole ratio. Last thing, you need to go from moles of B, because that's where you are right now, to where? Molecules of B. And that's your answer. So you do a T to go from grams to moles of A. You do a T to take your answer, whatever your answer is here. You start with that here. Okay? Do another T. Then whatever your answer is here, you start with that here. And that's all that you have to do. Okay? So if questions, let me know. I'm going to go through one more real quick, just so that you have a better understanding of what we're doing. But when you do these multi-step problems, they're just those single-step problems that you already know and using a few of them together. Okay, I'm going to show you a really long one because it'll help you understand it feasibly. So, in this scenario, let's go from milliliters of A I'm going to make sure that you know it's a liquid, and we're not going to liters, okay? And we'll go to liters of a gas. Okay? And this will be V. Let me go and tell you what they are to make more sense of it. We'll call this one water. We'll call this one CO2. Okay? So if this is your known, we know how many milliliters we have. So we're starting right there. Milliliters of a liquid, that's what we have. What we're looking for is liters of a gas. So we're looking for that. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So, we have to do several one-step problems. First thing, if you look at it, we have to go this way. Follow the arrows. First step, though, we have to go from milliliters of liquid to grams of A. So, milliliters of A to grams of A. You know how to do that. So that step's not going to be hard. Milliliters to grams. You use the density. Okay? Grams, then you take your answer, grams of A to moles of A. Okay, use the molar mass. Sorry, grams of A to moles of A. Okay, and then you take your answer, moles of A to moles of B. We're almost there. We want to end with liters of a gas, so you don't go straight because you're never going to hit liters of a gas. You're going to turn and go down. So follow the arrows to your answer. You go from moles of B to liters of a gas. Okay, and that's it. I do want to make a quick note. You always stay with, look how A is all on this side, and B is always on that side. The reason is you can't change from, let's say you're talking about water, to oxygen, like that, okay? You have to use the mole ratio for that. So we have to go from moles to moles to ever change from one substance to the other, okay? That's why the only time that A moves to B is the mole ratio. It is the mole ratio, okay? So if you have questions over this, let me know. This is how you're going to do any of those longer problems that you're going to see. Okay, so we're going to work on this a few days, get you a good understanding of it before we move on to solutions and moving forward there. So, you guys take care.